That's funny.
Coming to you in 3, 2, 1, issue.
I'd like to call this meeting to order. This is the finance meeting for the Livingston Parish Council. It's Thursday, February 25th. Miss Angie, call roll, please.
Mr. Mack is absent. Mr. McMorris.
Here.
Mr. King.
Here.
Mr. Ard.
Here. All right, any old business?
I don't think so.
Old business? New business? Ms. Myers?
Good evening, gentlemen. You have your standard paperwork in front of you, financials for 2020, because we haven't really had anything 2021 yet. So you will see, or you may notice that ad valorem taxes are still not recorded. We got our first big check in early January. The sheriff's office has had some software issues, and so that $2.5 million check that we received has not been recorded yet because they can't generate the report on breaking it out between the general fund millage, the health unit millage, and the road millage. They don't anticipate that to happen until next week at the earliest, which may cause us an issue because general government rules for accounting say that if you don't receive your revenue within 60 days of year end, it doesn't go on your fund financial statements, which are budgeted. It goes on your government-wide financial statements, which are just the little summary sheets in the front of your financials. And it doesn't count towards your year-to-date actual column amounts. So unless I can, and PEG has done the same thing, so our PEG revenues for Bell South we have not received yet. So if we don't get those by the end of February, or if I can't talk the auditors into letting us go ahead and book them on the fund basis, we may have a budget violation because the revenue didn't get recorded timely. My hands are tied in that. I can't do anything about it. But hopefully there will be some leniency due to COVID or whatever, you know, and they'll let us go ahead and book that and we won't have a budget issue. But just be prepared. If we do, it's going to be ad valorem revenue, which it's coming. They can't get their reports to
Can't get
generate.
the report there, you say, how can you do it?
Right.
You're saying, I'm sorry, you're saying February, so tomorrow's the last day, right?
Yeah. Well, we don't check the mail on Saturdays, so technically whatever we get out of the P.O. box Monday morning is still February.
Okay.
So
Maybe.
Yeah.
hopefully
thank you.
it's a non-issue.
I bet
But
you hate
I just
that.
wanted to put it out there in case, you know, I don't want to come back a few months from now when the audit's issued with the budget finding. I'll be like, wait, what? You know,
Yeah.
so.
Okay.
So you look through these 2020 financials, anything you have questions about, let me know. We have the check register. Please remember on the 2020 financials that not all of our grants have been booked yet. We're still posting those and closing them out for 2020 because you have 60 days activity until you have to close them out for the 2020 year. So I'm trying to wait and see if anything comes in that I'll post Monday before I book the rest of the receivable and true those up, and then you won't see such negative amounts in here. The check register, any questions on that, just let me know. And then sales tax. So we've closed out the 2020 year for sales tax. We did even better than budgeted. Of course, I always budget sales tax conservatively because I don't want to spend everything that we think we're going to get and then not get that much and then we've overspent. You know, so I will budget under what I think we're going to get just to be safe and have a little cushion. But we did very well in sales tax. You can see that. We're up about $2 million over budget.
Good.
So that will mean,
Which you probably knew was gonna be there anyhow.
don't tell anybody, but that will mean that we are actually going to be in the black on the jail fund this year and start paying back that deficit.
What?
So,
Hey, is that something that we can look forward to recurring if sales taxes stay up?
well, the $1.7 million a year debt is now gone from the jail, so we will have that much, plus the continued, hopefully, growth of sales tax. I'm hoping in 4 to 6 years, depending on, like I said, if you get not well health-wise detainees in the detention centers, sometimes those meds cost us
Sucks up
a
money.
crazy amount of money. So you just never know. If it's a good year and the stars line up right, we could eat that debt down and be back whole in about 4 years.
Okay.
So I mean, I know we have needs at the jail, but space-wise, so we're trying to do everything that we can to get that back to zero, so that and then we can plan for whatever we need to do there.
Yeah.
All right, sounds good.
Yeah, it does, definitely. Black's always better than red.
Other than that, we're just working on 2021 projects that are sort of boring. We'll have to buy some vehicles in DPW when the leases run out. So we determined that leases are not saving us any money. We kept our vehicles too long and in too good of condition to warrant turning them in every 5 years. We were trying that program, but we take care of our vehicles and drive them for 20 years and save better that way. So we're just gonna go back to buying a few each year. We have to buy a new server because our space, as we grow, we're taking up space on the server, so we'll have to do that in an admin fund, but other than that, just business as usual. Do y'all have any questions?
So I have one, the master plan. Could you tell me where I can find what we budgeted for the master plan committee,
Yes, sir.
if you don't mind?
No, sir, I cannot, because I moved that. I remember I told you when we were talking about the budget, I took it out of 2020 because I knew we couldn't spend it
Yes.
in the 2020 year, and I put it in the 2021 year. So you will see that in the general fund in the 2021 year, which you will start getting those reports at the next finance committee meeting.
Oh, you just want to know the number?
Yeah, just,
You probably know how much it was.
Don't-
Don't quote you on it, but yeah.
Did we say 160?
160 or
I was gonna
170?
say somewhere around 150. So.
I think it was 150 or 160
Yeah,
for the master plan.
and that's what me and you just talked
But
about, so that would
I
have
told
to.
Mr. Keene earlier that if we're going to start to move forward on that, I think the first thing I would request from y'all is a projected budget from the committee, so that everybody sort of knows that this is the dollar amount we have to spend, and go ahead and
Whether
just
it be-
pencil
whether it
out
be
your
for an
budget. I don't want
updated-
to just hire
yeah.
somebody and start paying, and
Sure.
then all of a sudden we're out of money.
We're out of money.
Let's
Well,
look at
that's-
what that budget
That's
looks
the
like.
reason I'm asking this question, because I want to make sure that we do have the funds when we start looking for somebody to fill that role.
For the planner?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I asked about. So those monies could be used for that, but you want a budget showing?
Yes, sir. I just would like to pencil out a little budget so that everybody's on the same page mentally about what it's going to look like. So
Yeah, because I'm gonna talk to Tracy about a few things. You know how we were doing, wanting to get an update and all that? I think that's just a moot point. I think we just need to move forward with that master plan. Because it's not going anywhere, all of it. We just need to roll. Anyhow, that's what they asked me to ask you. And they asked Tracy about it too, because he was, the one heading that up.
yeah.
But,
I'll help in any way I can. Just give me a little budget so
Yeah.
we can see what we're looking at. So
Yeah, and
we
then
don't
you know.
run out of money before
Yeah,
we got
they
anywhere.
they don't even know yet how much a planner for, let's say, 10 hours a week or something to start, just to get everything lined up.
Right.
And they're gonna get some bids on that.
Yeah, because we'll have to talk about, are we going to hire them as a part-time employee? Are we going to 1099 them? What
Or
what's that gonna
contract
look like?
labor, whatever. Okay.
Thank you, Jim.
Cool, thank
Thank
you,
you.
Jim.
All right, that's it.
Yes, sir.
Thank you,
All right.
ma'am.
Is there any other business?
Nope.
I make a motion to adjourn.
There's a motion from Mr. McMorris, second from Mr. King. All in favor?
Aye.
Meeting adjourned.